like a gavel that the president does. Said, Nana, me Ebusua president, me Uncle George. And we all had a good laugh. So it's interesting. Ebusua again, Korea. At this time, I'll call on Mrs. Victoria Kwanzaa, one of our founding members. This association started in her living room. So I'll call on Mrs. Kwanzaa to introduce our chairman. Mrs. Kwanzaa. Please give her an applause.
Thank you, Mr. Messi. Welcome one more time. I'm very happy, and I can tell from your faces that you are too. They give me a position to play, and then they ask me to do it in 3 minutes. It's very, very difficult, because the person that I'm about to introduce needs about an hour, but I'll cut it to 5. This individual was born in Apam, Drama to be precise. A little boy in a beach village who excelled to go to the most prestigious boys' school in Ghana, Fansika. Of course, he excelled there. After A-levels, he taught math and science for 1 year before going to the University of Ghana, Legon. Came out with a Bachelor's of Science degree, of course, with honors. Then got the Master's degree at Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Continued to a doctorate in Louisiana. He worked at Howard University, still does. But in between, he has also done work at First Chase in Pennsylvania. He's done work all over the US. This individual has a heart for giving. He gives freely, and I believe that if he would double what he plans to give tonight, God may double what he plans for him. This gentleman has been married for about 100 years to a beautiful, intelligent wife, Ebusua. The people who are not Ghanaians, when they see EFUA, they transpose the letters and they call her Yufa. So she is married to Yufa. They are blessed with a grandson, a granddaughter, Sela, and a brand new grandson, Eli. The awards that this gentleman has obtained throughout the years, I think I cannot. We have to go to a website to read that. It has so many logists in the end of a word, and it's very difficult to pronounce them. Toxicology, human physiology, so many logists. So if you want to know as many logists as you want to know, go to his website and they are all there. And he has an award, won an award for writing 100 scientific papers. Ladies and gentlemen, personally, he has a foundation to foster village schools in Ghana, and not playing favoritism. My village happens to be one of those villages. And it's going to be a big deal from kindergarten to high school. He plays the organ and the piano. He loves music. He loves church. He loves people. He loves everything. My 3 minutes must be up. So you all join me in welcoming Dr. Ebo Kwabena Su Boli.
did great to be introduced by one of your own. It is a special honor to be invited to chair your 30th anniversary celebrations. But like, I call her Antipic, but I think her proper name is Nana Sabreba II. The third. Thanks for the correction. She was given a couple of minutes, so was I. In fact, I was given 3 minutes. So I will share only 3 thoughts. The first one happens to be, the first one is just my coming to know about Ebusua. This happened at the beginning of 1987 when I moved from New Orleans with my family to the Washington area. At the time, Ebusua was meeting at the Armory in Silver Spring. And I remember my very first visit to that meeting just to familiarize myself with the area. And some of the people that I saw there are still here, and it's a real blessing. In fact, for those of you who have the program, if you look on the third sheet, counting the cover, Ebusua membership statistics, I've been stating that as I sit at the table. And I'm looking at those who have been in Ebusua for 30 years. It's interesting that the first name is Isaac Ebo-Pese. Now, this was a man I met the very first day that I actually visited Ebusua in 87. He's a remarkable man. You cannot miss him. He introduced himself to me and to others as, he said, he is Ebo Segune. And he gave a reason. He said, the reason is that if you're coming to this area and you don't know, or nobody met you at the airport, and you go through the phone book, the yellow book, and you see Ebo-Pese, you will immediately see that this is a Ghanaian, and you're going to call him, and wherever he is, whatever he's doing, he's going to drop it and come and put you somewhere. Why do I mention this? This is the spirit of what Ebusua. You know, those who know the Akan tradition, we know that Akan societies are organized around 2 entities. One is Ebusua, the other is Asafo. The moment a person is born, you belong to your mother's Ebusua. So the other one, Asafo, is for purposes of war and security. Ebusua is for all other social functions. Among them, the business of taking care of the newborns and then burials. So in the traditional Akan settings, we did not have insurance. If you go and work somewhere, toward the end of your life, you move back to your village and your Ebusua will take care of you. In fact, what surprised me when I moved to Washington area and found Ebusua was this. Before I did, whenever my mother wrote or spoke to us, she will list the number of family members who had died and the contributions she had made on my behalf. The implication was that I should send money. And so when I moved to Washington area and I saw Ebusua had been organized, and one of the functions was that if a member died or had a sad news of the father, mother, somebody important in the family died, how they rallied to give this person support, including some financial support I said, this is the spirit of Ebusua in true practice. Now, in the history of Ghana, one would have thought that such a concept would have found its way to the top and nationalized. As a matter of fact, I remember that in the middle 70s, Professor K.K. Betiencho presented a paper at Legon with the title, Institutional Challenges of Our Time, in which, among others, he proposed that the concept of Ebusua should be nationalized and move to a national level so that issues about insurance, how to care for the aged, and all of those were incorporated in that. Somehow, it fizzled out, and I'm not aware that anybody seriously took up his suggestion. So to see that in the Washington area, we have this Ebusua society that actually manifests the spirit of what all of that was meant to be, I was just happy. I was just overjoyed by it. And so, I just like to be one of those to give you special greetings on your 30th anniversary. Now, Nana Sabriba has said, if I double my giving, I have a big suggestion for Ebusua. When we went to Abrofu, that village, some people don't know how to pronounce, but it's a beautiful name. Ambra Ofu. If you don't sweep, it grows. All right? Which means if you actually weed, okay, and you don't really rake, what will happen? It will grow again. So as we drove to this village, we got there, one of my nieces, who's a nurse, said, I'm repressing a hope if you're to me. And I would say, I would say anything. Now, I was delighted that they gave, and she was instrumental in that. She set aside 100 acres for the things she mentioned. But I was delighted to see that Ebusua had already given a gift, and that gift had been used to start constructing something in the village. So I just want to cheer you up and to congratulate you on the things that you do. It is wonderful that you do remember the motherland. It is also great that you remember the country you are in as well. It is just such a wonderful thing that you do things in America as well. It shows your heart, it shows your spirit, and as I bring you these special greetings, I know that as you continue doing this, your blessings will abound. I have that on good authority from scriptures, and I know this. I think the society is blessed to have founding members and older people in you who have such a wonderful vision. I also like to say that I have been privileged to see some of the later arrivals show a lot of energy. In fact, our own brother, Ebu, when he talked to me, and you saw his energy dancing on the floor with his beautiful wife. That's just who he is. He has so much energy that while we left the floor, man, he stayed. He just has so much energy. In fact, I have it on good authority that although now he's moved to the Carolinas, he spent less than 50% of his time there. And I sometimes wonder why he moved at all. But it's just because you have such people in the association who have such a love to serve people. One of my own, if I fail to mention his name, because I called him in the last minute for things, and he's always there and punctual. When I needed someone to pick up Captain Ted Manson, the eighth man, to a special choir concert, I was traveling and I couldn't do it. He did it with so much grace that Captain has actually adopted him as one of his sons. I say this because these are the kinds of people that you have in your midst. And I think it's a real blessing that you have them. If I wasn't given 3 minutes, I would mention many more names. But I was given only 3 minutes. And so, if I did not mention your name, it is not because you were not important, it is because I was given only 3 minutes. In fact, I want to say that there is such a number here in your society who have just the right spirit of Ebusua. And when you respond to Korea, I just love it. Say it again. Ebusua. 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 Ebusua.
Thank you, Dr. Bonnie. Anyway, I thought you were going to mention my name, but you didn't. I've been in Ebusua for 20 years, so I thought you mentioned my name. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I'll call on a distinguished gentleman. I say so because he's written they've made a picture book that came out, I think, my husband bought one during the picnic. I wasn't there, and he brought this picture book home. I stayed up all night till 3 a.m. reading this. It's a complete history book on Ghana and the relations with the United States. And in fact, I talked to Antivik that Ebusua should buy one for each child in the association. It's a complete history book, and we need to support that. It's very good. And he's here tonight to present one to Ebusua for an auction. So I'll call on Mr. Noma Addison. Please come forward and do your presentation. Please give him a hand of applause. It's a great book. Thank you.
Thank you very much for doing the marketing for me. Well, Nanano, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's such a privilege to be in your midst. As Madame rightly said, this book was launched at the Ghana Embassy by our own ambassador about 2 months ago on May 7th. What this book is a history book in pictures. It's not just a photo album. It took us about 9 years to put together. Altogether, it has 234 historical photographs, beginning from 1957, when we gained independence. We see people like then Vice President Nixon in Ghana participating in our independence. We have Martin Luther King and Kwame Nkrumah. We have JFK and Kwame Nkrumah, and so on and so forth. It catalogs every important thing that America ever did with our beloved country, Ghana, decade by decade. And we tell a historic story throughout the line. As Madame rightly said, it's a great book for our children who are born here, who have no clue where we came from. And on this great occasion, it's our distinct honor and pleasure to present an autographed copy to Ebusua to be used as part of the auction. This book was Larry King's pick of the week during March 1st through the 6th, which was our Independence week. And we got a letter from President Clinton thanking us for putting it together because he's featured in quite a bit. So on behalf of AMIP News, the organization I represent, it's my distinct honor to present this copy to Ebusua to be used as an auction material. Thank you so much.
thank you, Mr. Noma Addison. That was a great work. I really loved it, and the nostalgia it gave me, it was wonderful. Very interesting book. This time, we'll call on our own financial secretary and accountant, CPA, who will ask for a receipt for even a cent of the association's money that you would use. So you can imagine, he doesn't joke, and our books are very good. He does a great job for no pay. We don't pay him anything, but he does all this for us. Thank you, and it's Mr. Jonah Osebonsu. He's going to do the auction for the United Airline ticket to Accra, and it was donated to us by United Airline. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ebusua? Ebusua? Bobby? Okay. We have in our midst with United Airlines representative. Unfortunately, they are not here today, but they have. Okay. Yeah, but they have provided support in a form of a ticket, whereby we will use it as the effort of fundraising activities. The ticket will be a round-trip ticket from Virginia, Dallas National Airport, Dallas International Airport to Accra, back to you, round-trip ticket. And this ticket will be auctioned with the highest offer. We will start with $800 as a beginning, and then we move it all the way up to the highest bid. I will have Bobby to begin the picking up the selection of the funds, and then we will move it all the way to the level in which we feel is very comfortable for everyone. This is a donation also, and it will be given, you will be having a receipt as a charitable contribution, and it's a tax deductible. So Bobby.
Somebody give an offer. $850.
And the restrictions on the ticket.
It's round-trip ticket.
It's valid for 1 year.
And if you get it,
No restrictions.
No restriction on the ticket.
$850. Man, round-trip trip, 10 people say 900. You have to.
950 here.
Look, take it easy. I don't no rushing here. Take it easy. Okay, take it easy. I got 950. You say 1,000 or what? 950.
1,000.
We get 1,000 here. Come on, give an offer. Give it up. 1,000 is cheap. We'll come, bring something out. 1,010. Somebody bid more. No. 1,020 from that side. 1,000 what? 1,020 is still cheap. 1,035 is over there. 1,040 is here. 1040.
Hey, Bobby.
Yes. Somebody say what? 1050. still cheap, man. Let's time the ticket to go all the way down to 1900. Now the way you are, don't tell me something. Wake up! 1060 is in the mix. Wake up, bring something else. We need money. 1061. 1062 is in the house. I hear 1062. Where? 1063? 1100 is in the house. 1100 is in the house. Hey, it's still cheap, man. Wake up, give an offer. Give it up. 1150. It's down here, downtown, 1150. Yes. 1200. It's here. 1200 is in the mix. 1201. We're not going to listen to one. Listen, we need money. Hey, listen, I don't want no one to give it up. Give something. 1241. Who is that? 1241 in the mix. 1300. 1300. 1300. 1.